Welcome to my first YouTube video. I started a small business earlier this year called Big Cake Energy. I make miniature polymer clay food charms. And some of my favorite charms to make are tiny cakes and pies. It would help me out so much as a small business owner if you hit the like button and subscribe. Today I'm making a Halloween-inspired spooky drip layer cake. The cake layers themselves will be green, and the buttercream frosting will be black, topped with a chocolate green ganache. When you're working with polymer clay, it's important to condition it first. Polymer clay contains elasticizers that tend to settle when they're sitting on the shelf before you buy them. So it's important to knead it and roll it out. First, I cut out the layers of the cake, and now I'm cutting out the layers of the buttercream frosting that go between the cake layers. I think I'm going to scent this cake in a rich vanilla with caramel undertones. I carefully attach the layers to an oven-safe glass plate. It gives me better maneuverability, and I can work on the piece without damaging it. At this stage, it's very delicate. I take care at this stage to press the layers together well so that they create a solid bond in the oven. This is my first time doing something like this, a voiceover for an ASMR video. It feels kind of awkward at first. You'll have to tell me how I'm doing in the comments below, but please be nice. Next, I roll out the chocolate buttercream frosting. Come to think of it, it's more like fondant, because that's how it will be put onto the piece. I'll be making kind of a carpet that I lay over the piece. As I prepare the fondant frosting for the cake, I'm going to take this chance to just tell you a little bit about me. My name is Kelly, and I'm 31 years old, and I live in New York with my husband and a Welsh Corgi and 3 chickens. I'm incredibly introverted, and being around people all day would really drain me, so working from home suits me to a T. It's not that I don't like people, actually. I really enjoy singing karaoke in front of strangers. But even then, you're on a stage alone by yourself, not really having to talk to anybody in the audience. I think people are sometimes surprised when they find out that their favorite actor or performer is really an introvert, despite the fact that they can perform in front of thousands or even, millions of people on television. But at the end of the day, it's still just them on a stage by themselves. Finally, I'm able to cut away the excess pieces of buttercream frosting. This part can be pretty tricky because you have to smooth it down. And just using your finger or even a tool alone will not achieve a smooth look, so I grab some olive oil, just a tiny bit of olive oil on the tip of my finger, and smooth the side out. And because polymer clay is oil-based, the oil serves the purpose of smoothing the surface. nice jewelry or soap or furniture. And I think that's why it makes the piece so special, especially if you're gifting it to someone, because, you know, you could go to Claire's and you could buy their earrings, their miniature food earrings, and give it to someone as a gift, but it doesn't quite mean as much because a machine made those things and not a real person. And there's no heart and soul behind those products, even though they're cute, and I honestly really like Claire's, and I used to be obsessed with them when I was younger, but it's a whole different type of product. At this point, it's time to mix my translucent liquid Sculpey with some of my green Sculpey clay. Instead of just dyeing the liquid Sculpey green, I decided to mix the green Sculpey into the translucent liquid Sculpey because it gives it a little bit more body. It gives me just the right consistency so that it doesn't drip, so that it's loose enough and liquidy enough to give me a ganache type texture. I use my palette knife to spread the ganache onto the top of the cake and one of my ball tools to do the more fine details. I'm going to take a little break from whispering and I'm going to create some soothing, tingly sounds for you while you watch me ice the cake. At this point, the charm is complete and I am really, really happy with it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Would you wear this? Would you give this to a friend who has a little bit of a spooky side? Let me know. This cake charm is now available